What's up, fam? I am Chosen 144. You are always creating your own reality. Always. When you have a thought, it's a creation. Straight away. And sometimes things don't play out the way that you thought they would, but that doesn't mean those thoughts aren't the cause, creating an effect. What I mean by this is, you might be thinking to yourself, let's just say, this is just an example. You're at a job and you hear the alarm go off and you're getting up and you're like, fuck, I don't want to go in, I don't want to go to work. And then when you get to work, you'd be like, fuck this place, I'd rather be on a beach somewhere, or I'd rather be doing my favorite, side hobby or whatever. And your mind starts to create these ideas. And if you do this enough, whether it's I'm telling you, whether it's emotionally charged or not, that's what you're thinking about. So your energy's naturally going there. Okay? So you don't have to be overwhelmed with emotion, because emotion is energy in motion. You don't have to be overwhelmed with emotion for these ideas, but energy is going there because you're having the thoughts, okay? It works like that. Thought feeds into emotion or energy, and then energy feeds back into thought, and it becomes this cycle, and it holds power. You start to create. Then one day you'll go in and you'll be told, sorry, we're putting people off. Or an incident will happen and it will put you out of work for 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? And it's not exactly what you had in mind when you were thinking, fuck, I don't want to be here, and all of that. But the universe doesn't really understand sarcasm. The universe doesn't understand it was just a little bit of self-talk, a bit of self-thought, a bit of inner dialogue. The universe doesn't understand that. Every thought you have is sending an impression out into the ether, and the universe responds accordingly. So this is what I'm getting at. You are always creating your reality. It just might not be as obvious, or it just might not play out exactly the way that you thought it would. But you created it. Cause and effect, it's a law. And mentalism is a law, okay? These are universal laws. When you fully understand the universal laws, you can have them working in your favor constantly. This is real magic. Another example, you might be thinking to yourself, I really wish I had a new car. And you miss out on the specifics, you know what I'm saying? You're just thinking, I'd love to have a new car, I wish I had a new car. And then it becomes so powerful. You have an incident where your car is destroyed or something like that, or your car is stolen or something like that. It's the universe responding to the exact energy that you put out. You have to hold a vision and then release it to the universe, knowing that it's already happened. if you're not doing this consciously in accordance with the universal laws, and I've touched on universal law. I've touched on universal law many times, okay? If you are not working within these universal laws consciously, and if you are not always paying attention as to what thoughts you're having, your mind starts to just play reels that are stored in your subconscious. This could be reels of trauma. This could be reels of envy. This could be reels of, that could never happen for me. Hearing the voice of adults that had stifled your creativity when you were younger. Hearing the voice of the bully at school telling you that you're a nobody. The voice of that girl or boy in high school that rejected you. The one you had the hots for. All sorts of things are just playing over and over and over unless you clear it all up so that you can create consciously. And this is achieved via meditation. This is achieved via forgiveness. This is achieved via letting go of all of those programs that your subconscious mind has a hold of and is storing. Become conscious of what you're thinking. Become conscious of what you're speaking. It's so important that you speak consciously. It's so important that you think consciously. Because otherwise, it's like you're fucking waving a magic wand and you don't know what you're doing. You're just spouting magic spells no matter what the consequence is. You know what I'm saying? That's how it works. Your words are spells. Your energy is a generator. Your energy is literally powerful potential. All energy is powerful potential. You've got to be conscious of this when you are thinking and speaking. Otherwise, those loops that are playing over and over just take over. And you'll just say, oh, it's fate. You know what I'm saying? So many people are creating their own reality unconsciously and just calling it the hand they were dealt. Nope. Doesn't work that way. And all of the answers to this are in you. If you're blaming that person over there, you're giving them your power. You're saying that person is my master. They can control how my reality pans out. Just a bit of food for thought, because I see a lot of people that are meaning well and looking to manifest a really high timeline, a beautiful timeline full of more love, more life, more abundance, more experiences, more relationships and things like that, beautiful relationships. But the things that they speak, the things that they type, and their core beliefs are not in alignment with that version of them. Although that version of them already exists. They've already seen it. Because your higher self will every now and then give you snippets of your highest timeline. And you take that and you feed those snippets of that higher timeline more and more and more consciously. Oh, yeah, I would love to create better, but so-and-so, so-and-so, so-and-so. Don't be around so-and-so. Call your power back. Pay them no mind, no thought, no attention. That means that they no longer are part of your realm. They're no longer a part of your life situation. I did a short video on this, giving away your power, and I thought I would expand on it because it's always you. You're the reason they're around you. You're the reason you're involved with them. You're the reason that you're at that job. You applied for it. You're the reason that you're staying at that job because you can quit anytime you want. They're just examples, but it's all you. You get to make changes, and the changes that you make hold power. But you've got to do the work. You've got to be consciously creating. Now, you won't be consciously creating every second of every day, but you'll get better at it when you start calling yourself out and holding yourself accountable for the situations that are happening in your life. I hope this makes sense, fam. You are a powerful creator. And you can create anything you want. And want and desire is a healthy thing, so long as it serves your highest good and it doesn't harm anyone else. Your soul energy naturally is excited like a small child or a little puppy or something. It's naturally excited to experience more, to see more, to have more, just for the experience, not to be attached to it, but just to experience it, let it go. Experience it, let it go. You know what I'm saying? Your imagination, your thoughts, your words, high vibrational energy. So energy of love, energy of forgiveness, energy of I am living courageously here. I'm no longer going to settle for what is less than desirable in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? So long as it's for your highest good and harm to none. You're here to create, you're here to break cycles that don't serve your highest good and to create consciously for yourself, for others, to co-create with the universe via these universal laws that I have spoken on, okay? I won't touch on them here. I don't want to ramble too long, but there are laws, and you work with those laws to create for yourself, and it's all you, okay? I know that I've repeated myself a few times here, but this is for somebody. Start to create consciously. Meditate. Hold yourself and others accountable for things that have taken place. Let those things go. Anything that you are questioning, trust your intuition and act accordingly. Let those things go or continue to create around them. You know what I'm saying? Don't give anyone else your power, okay? This is super important. And this power of yours exists in holding yourself accountable, knowing that it's all you, okay? This is power. I fucking love you, fam. Peace, love, and light.